Hi everyone, I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts. Welcome to another week where your angels have messages for you for the week. And today's date is February 28th on Tuesday. So let's get started. I have 4 cards in front of me. Card number 1, 2, 3, and 4. To see your reading, skip to the timestamp listed in the description box below. And remember, pick the card that you resonate with. And here, let's start with card number 1. Again, card number 1. Oh, and actually, your angels are coming forth right now. It's Raphael and Gabriel is for card number 1. Oh, interesting. Okay, messages for this week. I can just tell you is the yin and yang, but I have to explain something to you regarding this. Now, yin and yang, I think most people know, are totally the opposite, right? Hot, cold, sun, the moon, whatever it is. It's always the opposite, all right? And now because this card was upside down, and this is where I have to explain, because these cards are kind of tricky, these angel cards, because this card was upside down, so it's really focusing on the yang card. And I just want to show you, that's how it was when I picked the card. Okay, so that's how it was, if you could see it. And what does this mean? Well, the yin, if you think of in, it's more like you need to do work more within yourself. The yang represent doing work more on the outside. Remember, it's the opposite. So this week, it's you want to do more outside work. Now, what does that mean? That could mean so many different things. It could mean that if you're looking for work, you need to get yourself out there, right? Or maybe more accomplishments that you need to complete this week. Whatever you need to resolve. That means doing your errands, doing your chores, whatever it is, dealing with the outside. Also, they just told me right now, really good, is getting in contact with Mother Nature. Because when you get in contact with Mother Nature, you can feel her energy, revives you, charges you up. So anything dealing with the exterior, you really want to focus on this week. This is really where the energies are pulling me toward, and this is what your angels are telling me. So really focus on the exterior. And now I want to show you different things in this card, like I always do in my YouTubes. Okay. So first of all, there's a lot of stuff going on. I just want to show you this. There's a lot of yellow in the picture, and when there's a lot of yellow, it's actually the 3rd chakra color, right? The 3rd chakra. Wait, actually, let me see. Yeah, actually, I'm correct. Okay, it's the 3rd chakra. I want to make sure that I got my chakras correct, and your angels were going, you're right. Keep on going. Keep on going. So it's the 3rd chakra color. A lot of yellow. That's your solar plexus, and that represents emotional stuff. So isn't it interesting? It's external work. So external work, that means, let's put it this way. If you have relatives, friends, anything you need to work out, besides just having jobs or chores out there, whatever you need to complete, maybe there are different tasks that you haven't done in a while that you need to do on the outside. You really can't do it in your house. I know a lot of people work at home, they can do the stuff inside their house, but sometimes you may not be able to. Maybe you need to go out, but that's what they're pulling me in that direction. But the yellow The yellow represents more like an emotional thing. That means a lot of emotional stuff that you have to work out. And that could be dealing with friends, that could be dealing with family members, that could be dealing with your own self, of letting things out. See, again, it's external. Letting things out. That means anything that's been built up within you, your angels are even nodding their head once again, you want to let it out. Because this is a week of releasing and completing on the outside. Now, if you also notice, there's a lot of blue in the card. So if there's a lot of blue in the card, it represents, and that's your throat chakra. Just to let you know, it's in front of your neck. And of course, it's energetic, so you can't really see it. But the blue represents an expression. That means, oh, what did I tell you about? Working things out with relatives, friends, whatever, dealing with the outside, not your own home, but outside, anyone on the outside, co-workers, whatever it is. You need to express yourself. You need to be more open. So that's why the blue comes in. The blue is really opening up. Okay, and because look at this. Look at all the blue. So much blue in there. And look at the yellow. So emotional stuff, expansion. Okay, emotional stuff, expansion. Now, it's even, you remember I told you the yin and yang is opposite from each other? Now look what we have here. We have, like, this is your life, like, right? Everything goes in a circle, like the earth, just like our life. We feel like we're moving like in a circle. We're like going all over the place at times. But anyway, everything goes in a cycle, energy spiral, goes always clockwise, and it's always spiraling like in a circle form. Think of the opposite effect of a tornado. A tornado goes counterclockwise. You want to go clockwise, just like the earth, because if the earth went counterclockwise, God knows what could have happened. We don't even want to know, okay? But so you're dealing with, here's the opposite. So thinking of the yin and yang, there's a split, emotional stuff, right? And then you need some clarity. That's why you have the white in there. Emotional clarity. And that's why it's backwards, like I said before, because it deals with the external environment. So think of anything that you need to deal with. Oh yeah, and there's a little red in there too, for grounding yourself through all of this, whatever you need to do on the exterior, the outside, ground yourself, because, some of it may be a little bit challenging, or a little things you may not want to confront. So ground yourself so you'll be okay through it. You'll be okay anyway, but ground yourself, whatever you need to do. What I mean by grounding, meditate more, or really think positive, keep your vibes up. Because they're telling me to tell you that it's really important to do that work, because there's a lot of releasing going on energy-wise that's going to affect you. And if you release it, you'll feel like you're in a better place. So it's not always working on the internal. Sometimes it's working on the external too. There's a balance, remember, of the yin and yang. All right, so now we're going to go on to card number 2. And the angels that are coming forth here. Let me see who is coming forth. Is Raphael and Uriel. Raphael and Uriel. Let's see, your message is for this week. Goddess of the moon. Goddess of the moon. And that, well, with this card, just like card number 1, if you listen to card number 1, if you're listening through it, what I meant to say, but of course you pick the card that you felt attracted to, like I said in the beginning, but this is backwards. And what does this mean? I don't want to confuse the situation, but what does it mean when it's backwards? Okay, so if you notice, if it's this way, it's goddess of the moon. That means it's showing that the sun, like you're controlling the outside world, by look at this, because you're in the dark, and then you see the globe here, or a circle formation. It's almost like you're trying to control your world. But now look, when it's the opposite direction, it's like you're losing the effect, because whenever it turns the opposite way, it means the opposite of what it's trying to express to you. That means you don't feel like you have control of your life, so you want to take control of it. This way, it's illuminating. I have full control of my life. But this way, when you turn it this way, because the card was faced that way, it means you're now controlling your life. That means you want to get more on top of your life so you can take control of it. Because look at this. The white comes into place. That means there's a lot of cleansing is going to be evolved about really getting on top of your life, or really taking control of it and cleansing through it, purifying it. That means working things out so you take control of your life. Because then the blue will come in, as you already can see. The blue is in the picture right here. There's like blue, actually you have blue, you have blue and purple. And blue represents like expansion, openness, expression. That means expressing yourself of what you want to do, control your life. As well as you have the purple, high frequency color. And it's raising your frequency up by saying, get your act together, because you don't have everything together that you need. Take control of your life. And that's why the blue is there and the purple is there, is to raise your frequency. So keep that in mind. But you're going through a lot of, angels are protecting you, but also you're going through a purification period, where are really getting rid of your junk so you can feel like you have control. Sometimes we hold on to too much stuff. And when we hold on to too much stuff, it holds us down from moving forward. So we need to release it. How do we do that? Well, you could do that like in meditation. You could do that with breath work. You could take a walk. You need to release those energies. So this way, I always say old programming that's holding you back so you don't have control of your life. So you need to work on ways of how to control it so everything feels balanced to you. At this time, it's not. And they really want you to work on this week of really balancing your life. So anything you don't feel like you have control of it, start taking control of it. Because when you do, I'm just telling you right now, you're going to feel better about it. Because the energies are vibrating at such a high frequency for you this week. That's why I'm getting that purple color in there for you. And you could be illuminating the sky like this woman is. This kind of like represents you. You could take control of your life, but first you need to work on it. And when you work on it, like how this woman is holding that, it's almost like an earth, but it's glowing. You will also glow too, they're saying. But there has to be a balance so everything will flow better in your life. And that's what they really want you to work on, is the balance and things to flow, and get rid of things that don't serve you. Very, very important. The ones that don't serve you, that means it's not, it's a waste of time while you're dealing with it. You need to push that aside so you can really balance your life. And you'll do it. You'll do it. And also, if you do, notice like you have the energy, it's almost like God's light behind you. It's like God has your back. That's why it's showing back here. Okay, so it's a powerful message, for you this week of really getting that balance back and controlling your life. And you'll do it, but they said it's going to take some time and effort on your part, but you will fulfill it. So don't be discouraged, don't feel annoyed or bothered by it, but be assertive. Do what you need to do to complete. And that's why with this card, you got what's called the goddess of the moon. You will go, or if it's a male, it can go either way, a male, female. So whoever's listening to it, if it's a male, just because it says goddess doesn't mean it can go toward the male as well, but it won't be called a goddess, of course. Okay, okay. So work on your the outs. Dealing dealing with controlling your life. And if it doesn't matter if it's a goddess, male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just telling you control your life. Let's go on to card number 3. Now, let me see who's coming forth. Actually, let me see who's coming forth. Gabriel, Metatron, and Raphael. Gabriel, Metatron, and Raphael. You got all 3 of them coming forth. All right, so let's see the message for you for this week. What message is? Oh, beautiful. Okay. You know, this card is the anxiety card. And then you may go, oh no, that's not good. I don't like the message. No, it's actually really good. If you notice, the card is upside down. And if the card is upside down, that means you've been working through your stress and your anxiety and keep on working at it. See, these cards are really tricky. I use many different decks, and and this one, I like them all, but they all have their own powerful messages. But look at this. This is the opposite way. That means to deal with any kind of anxiety and all that, if it's this way, well, look how upset you look. That would represent you about being upset, of being so stressed out, but it looks like you're working your problems out. Yes, you may say, well, Mark, I have a lot more to work out. I still have a lot of stuff. I wish I could work it all out. You are, but you're doing a little bit at a time. But they also tell me to tell you, take one step at a time with it, but still do releases. I said in my earlier YouTubes about purging, of really releasing those energies. We don't realize, but sometimes we get blocked up because of emotional stuff. And when we release those energies from us, like through a meditation or purging, just allowing those energies to come out of you through meditation, let me tell you something, you feel so much better. And what people don't realize, when they don't do that kind of work and they don't release it and they keep on holding and they keep on thinking about it, well, then the problem is you keep it going. And then it still doesn't feel good. Even you said, I'm not thinking about it anymore, but I still feel it. Yes, because you still have the energy blockages in you. And if you don't know how to purge, you close your eyes, right? Think of a beautiful word like love or calmness or whatever it is, and almost feel like tingling is releasing from the body, and only focus on the word love and just feel the energies just coming out of you. Like what I'm doing right now, closing my eyes and allowing the energy. It's interesting. When I do it, I can feel almost like twitches through my body. But also here's some more things I just want to explain to you, dealing with this card, that it's really important. Now, if it's this side, that means almost like, she's in a house, she's closed in, but this side is saying is you're ready to move forward out of the house and challenge yourself of whatever you need to resolve. Sometimes you have to resolve issues from within you, but also dealing with other people or circumstances or whatever it is. But they're saying you don't have to be locked up and feel locked up anymore. That's why it's showing like it's like a close, like you're inside the house. What it's really showing more is you could release yourself and go outside of your house. You're not confined anymore. You don't have this built-in energy you did before. But keep on purging. Don't stop purging. Like I was just saying to you, but don't force the energies when the energies do come out. Don't force it, because, you could create blockages that way too. Also, if you notice, and I like to show you this, there's a lot of red in here. So ground yourself. First chakra, ground yourself. So making sure that not only are you grounded, so you're able to feel stable, through this, because you're still going to be working through the anxiety and stress. So they said really work through a lot of the emotions that you still have blocked up through the purging I told you. But, communicate with people to resolve things. If it's a coworker, your partner, whatever, even within yourself, don't be so hard on yourself. Think positive. make things like they already are for you, and think positive and live in that vibration, that frequency. Don't go, oh, it's not working out. And don't give the anxiety the power. Don't give it a power to keep on continuing on. Sometimes people will say to me, my clients will say, I can't get rid of this. I can't, because you keep on giving it the power. Stop giving it the power. One of the ways I can't diagnose, one of the ways to really release anxiety is keeping your mind silent, close your eyes, like I said before, and just feel it releasing. And when you're silent, you'll be surprised how fast the anxiety can go away. Not in a minute, but it'll take a few minutes. So keep that in mind. So definitely ground yourself. You're not confined anymore. Okay, so that means you really have open doors for yourself, dealing with your emotions, but still work through them. Okay? And you don't have to look like this anymore, very sad or very upset or very confused. You're doing the opposite now, because now you've worked through them. And you still may feel that way, but they're saying really work through your emotions this week, because the energies are really vibrating in that level of really for you to release. And when you release more, I'm telling you right now, you're going to feel better. Even do some breath work, take a bath, do anything you can to release this anxiety, because the card for today is the anxiety card for you for the week. So really practice on your stress and your anxiety. So now we're going on to card number 4. Card number 4. And let me see what angels that are coming forth. Okay, this is dealing with Ariel, Michael, and Gabriel. Nice. Oh, just want to show you. The card I got here was, and this is card number 4. What I got here is a cornucopia card. The cornucopia. Notice that this card is backwards. Okay? Cornucopia is all the desires, all that you worked so hard at. So hard at. It's going to be fulfilled for you. But because the card is upside down, and don't be sad about the news on this, okay? Because you're going to work through it. This is a week you really want to work through, is really fulfilling your needs. Because see, if I got the card for you, if it was like this, that means everything. It doesn't matter if it's financial, romantic, whatever it is, anything could fulfill your needs. You have accomplished it, or you're still working on an accomplishment, because this is opposite. And because it's opposite, and let me just show you the card, cornucopia. And look, if the card's right side up, it's almost like you're getting blessing from the heavens and all this beautiful stuff to come. Now, that does not mean you're not getting blessed, but you still got to work at it so you can really fulfill your needs to have that total happiness. So this week, really work on your inner self, of making yourself happier. That means to fulfill your needs. If you need to work it out with your partner, work it out with your partner. Really put the work and the effort into it, because you want to feel love, right? I think we all want to feel love. So really work it out with your partner, of making things happen. If you're having a challenge with that, or a financial thing, how else can you make the money? So you still got to put the work and effort into it. That's your message, for this week, is really put the effort out into, so all these needs will be fulfilled. So you still have to create that balance, because there's no balance. Well, there's a balance. I don't want to say you're totally off balance, but you need to have more of a balance in your life. That means you need to fulfill your needs that you're not fulfilling. And it may sound disturbing, but they're telling me to tell you, if you fulfill your needs, you're going to feel more accomplished. You're going to feel that, oh my God, I'm in a better place than I ever been before. So this week is about really feeding the needs of what needs to be completed so you could feel fulfilled. Now, can you do it all in 1 week? Of course you can't do it all in 1 week, But the thing is that, but they really want you to put the effort and time into it. But really, I don't care if you have to write it on a piece of paper, everything that you don't feel fulfilled, and try to complete in little pieces. And you could always go back to it after this week. And that doesn't mean it's only for this week and that's it. But this is the messages they're giving me, through this card and what they're channeling with me, telling me to tell you all your needs and desires will be fulfilled. But you need to do more legwork and whatever you need to make an effort. If you're not happy with your job, get a better job. If you haven't done your business yet, try to go into your business. If you need improvement in your relationship, improve your relationship. Right? If you want to try to make more money, well, try ways of, even if it hasn't happened yet, but at least you make the effort to take the steps of it. That makes the big difference. The other way, your needs are not being met and you're not going to be satisfied. And who wants that, right? I don't want that. I don't think you want that either. And when you do fulfill your needs, well, guess what? Look at the gold. They're saying it's coming. It's almost like this is supposed to be like the treasures of once you, what is it called? The fruit of your labor. You put the work and time into it. It'll pay off. And that's what they're showing me here. That's what you see in the white light. You see in the gold. Gold is a very holy color. And if you look at it like a person, this could be representing you sitting there, right? And you got all this beautiful stuff, treasures and all these blessings from the heavens. All these blessings. That's supposed to represent like blessings, all these little things. That's why it looks like you have fruit there. You got all the work that you put into effort, will pay off. And look at this. I also got the card is number 11. If we go into 1111, angel terminology represents number 1 is go by your desires, not by your fears. So have faith through this. So you will fulfill your needs and things will get accomplished. Right now, they haven't been totally accomplished. Okay, so if they're not accomplished, you need to fulfill them. And then they said, and all these blessings are going to come to you. Whatever area it is that you need to work through, like I mentioned to you, work through it. If you work through it, it's going to pay off. I'm just telling you, that's what they're saying. Work through it, feed your needs, and make things happen so you're happy, and it'll pay off. And you don't have to accomplish it all this week, but get started. Thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. Messages every week. I have no idea what's going to happen through it, but when your angels channel with me through the cards, as well as I can hear them, and sometimes they even show themselves in front of me when I'm doing these YouTubes, is messages they really want to guide you and support you in your life. And you will fulfill it. But remember one thing, take it as part of the journey. Take it as part of just going through the steps, what you need to do to accomplish each task. And always remember that life is precious. Don't forget to breathe, feel good, and love yourself. And I want to mention something to you, actually a couple things. I have so much fun, and I love it when you guys come on as well, when I do these YouTubes, but also when Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm live on Instagram, and I love it. I give messages for the collective. So please, not only watch the YouTubes, that thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. But also, and I know you're there as well, but also please watch my Instagram live because I love it. When people come on, say hi, and then they converse back and forth. Well, sometimes they may ask me a question here and there. While we're live and I write them back. Well, actually, I verbally really express it. Okay, that's one thing I want to mention to you. But also, if you like what you hear, please follow at Marc Healing Arts on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to me here on my YouTube. And I'd love to hear your comments on YouTube. Please, write comments. I'll write you back. on the YouTube where I do weekly angel readings every Tuesday, okay? So just keep that in mind. And every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, that's my Instagram Live. So please also join me, like I just mentioned, for this week's live messages from the other side on Instagram, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And the readings are, I also mentioned, are for the collective, and this is for everyone, so it affects everyone, okay, for whatever messages they're giving me. So I hope to see you there. Have a beautiful day, have a beautiful week, and remember, love yourself, care about yourself, don't be hard on yourself, and we'll get through it together. Of the spiritual changes that are going on the earth, and just as the spiritual stuff within us, we're evolving and growing and ascending. So keep on moving forward. Take care for now. Blessings and love.